Shane Smith with Marshall Industries. I'm here today to demonstrate a little bit about the new Primex clock system. First off, I'll show you a clock. This is the back side of the clock. Most critical things on it is installing batteries. You've got a plus and minus on there. Just when they're installed, make sure that they're orientated correctly to the plus and minus. And as soon as you put the batteries in, the clock will start looking for the signal. Once it receives the signal, it will automatically set itself to the correct time. Once it's on the correct time, the system will maintain itself. The clock itself turns its receiver off. It'll turn it back on at 6 different predetermined times during the day and check to make sure that it's on the main and correct signal. On the clock, you've got a special locking device right here. When you install or remove the clocks, you have to follow a certain order to get that clock lock on. To get it off when it's on the wall, you turn it clockwise, lift, turn it counterclockwise, sorry, and then clockwise, lower it, and it will come off. It's a locking device to keep it from falling off, someone just bumping it, knocking it off, and as a theft deterrent, because it takes a little bit of angling to get that on. As far as the clocks go, that's pretty much the main thing that we need to do.
What's the warranty on it?
The warranty, the clocks have a 1-year warranty. The batteries, they should maintain about a 3 to 5 year battery life. You want to use D batteries, alkaline. Do not buy the super cheap ones. You need to have at least an alkaline battery, or a lithium is also available for them. But they will maintain the batteries for 3 to 5 years.
When you want, set that base station up there, do you know anything about that? That sends out a signal first thing in the morning till noon, is that right?
It sends out signal all day long.
All day long?
All day long.
Because the guy that come installed it told me that in the afternoon, from noon on or something, you'd have to go up, flip it off for 5 seconds and then flip it back on, and then it would send out a signal in the afternoon.
It'll be sending signal out all day long.
All day long.
Yeah. It's just the clocks themselves only look for that signal at 6 predetermined times during the day. So that signal's always there. If I put batteries in this right now, I mean it's 2:05. It's gonna grab that time and pick it up and set itself right now. So it's always sending out a signal.
Okay. Because I've had a few of them. I put the battery pack on and it just did not pick that signal up. So I pop it back out, you know, I put it back in and wait again, and all of a sudden it'll pick it up. So
yeah, it has to scan. There's 16 channels on the master clock, and every one is predetermined from the factory, from your FCC license, which channel. So when you put the batteries in it starts scanning to find that correct channel. And for example, this one is channel 14, so it's towards the end of its channel run. So it might take a little bit longer for this to find it than a channel 1, for example. I mean, when I say longer, you know, less than a minute or two, you know. So, but they're constantly transmitting. There's a little indicator up there. If you'd like, we can go up there and look at it. There's an indicator that shows that it's transmitting.
a little T.
Yeah, T with a Y, or a line on top. Yeah. So.
Now, I got another question. You've got to have repeaters in this building, right?
We don't.
You're picking up that signal up there this far?
We are. It's up on the 3rd floor, and how that signal works is that it mushrooms out.
So showers the building?
Showers the building. So that's the purpose of having it. You want it at a high point, so we're on the 3rd level, and as close to the center as you possibly can. And so that signal it mushrooms out, and as long as you're within that mushroom, it'll pick it up. And my guy that installed them said every one of them's been picking up.
No.
And they were concerned about that, but
yeah.
he said
this is far away from that base station.
So yeah, the higher up and the more central, you know, the farther it's gonna mushroom out.
So you have one repeater up there.
One transmitter
One
up there.
transmitter. That's
Yeah.
funny, because in the library over there, they had 2 of them in that building.
Yeah,
One of them, I think, they didn't even need in there.
huh.
They had one above, and then right the middle floor, they had another one.
And usually, yeah, but once you have, if you've got the main one up on top, you shouldn't have to,
Throw in more than that, maybe.
yeah, as long as you're inside that mushroom,
Mhm.
you know, anything below it, especially if it's directly below it, shouldn't have any problem at all.
Yeah, I had to put one of them transmitters in the LA building. Down in the zero level down there.
Uh-huh.
Right in the middle, I had a cluster of rooms there, about 6 or 7 of them there. They pick it up and then lose it, and it'd be gone. You couldn't even get cell coverage. So I put this transmitter up in the penthouse, and no problem.
Yeah.
Showered it right down to the bottom.
Yeah, usually they work pretty good. I've installed quite a few Primexes and
I really like them.
haven't had any trouble with them, so. And then on the master, there's switches for daylight savings. There's a switch on the back for whether you want 12 or 24-hour mode to display on the front. Switch to show that we're in the mountain time zone. And all those are preset. You really shouldn't have to
Well,
ever.
the guy that come back east installed it, he pre-programmed all that and everything.
Yeah,
And it's never failed once.
there's a.
It's a good system.
Up on the roof, there's a GPS unit that
Mhm.
receives the signal, the national time signal. It sends that transmission down to the main unit, to the transmitter, and it's checking that. They talk back and forth all day long. They're constantly scanning each other, and then it's broadcasting all the time. So
Yeah, it's a good system.
this is the main transmitter, the master clock, showing the time and the date. Right there. 14 is the channel. This little symbol on the left means that it's talking to the GPS unit. And then little parentheses that are flashing means that it's transmitting. If you ever come and this light is on, it means it's had a problem with communication with the GPS unit. We've got it on a battery backup here. If you see that light on, you can pull this plug or turn off the UPS backup and just reset it, leave it off for 30 seconds or so, and then plug it back in. And after, this will initially show red when you first plug it in, and then once it starts talking to it, the time and date will come back on, and you'll see the transmission go back in. Tried to get it up and out of the way, so unless you're as tall as you are, then you're okay. That's about it. It's a pretty simple. Most of the time, you don't really have to do anything with it or mess with it. They're a very reliable and effective clock system.